purpose of this project is to help you not only to learn about the principles and elements of art, especially line and balance, but also to learn about your own virtues, what your core virtues are. What are the principles that you hold dear to you? So for example, my main priorities, my main principles. God comes first, then me and my family, then my students, and then my job. And let me explain. So God always comes first in my life. Because if my relationship with God isn't in the correct order of things, well then I'm not living the way that I should be living, right? So I have to have in order to have myself in order and to be able to take care of my family, I got to take care of my relationship with God and that relationship with me. Then I can take care of my family. Once I can take care of my family and that house is in order, then I can take care of my students. Then I don't have the distractions of other things going on that keeps me from your needs. The reason you come before my job is because if my job comes before you, then it's about making money and not about forming you into the men that God created you to be. So, my purpose as a teacher is not just to form you in this is art and this is how you draw, this is how you paint. It's also to form you in who you're supposed to become, right? Who are you virtuously? What are your virtues? What are your core values that make you you? That you're not willing to give up and give to anybody else. No one can take away my faith in God. No one can take away my love for my family. No one can take away my desire for my students to become who they're created to be. And that's what's most important to me with being a teacher. Now, in this project, the core values that I chose in designing my hand with the use of the Zentangle is first, my symbol for faith. I put the Sacred Heart of Jesus in my hand. Then I have my wedding ring. My wedding ring symbolizes my relationship with my wife and our relationship with our children. Then I have these hearts. The hearts symbolize the virtue of charity. The virtue of charity, it means love. Love for God, love for yourself, and love for your neighbor. Then I have a flower and some water with the sun. The purpose of that is to show my love for nature. That's part of the reason why I try to instill in my own children a love for nature and going out to enjoy God's creation, within scouting and instilling in conservation to take care of the earth and the things around us. Then you see the different tones of skin tones that are in my hand. The purpose of those different tones is to show the dignity of the human person. Every one of my core values is showing people how their worth and value in the eyes of God. You're created in image and likeness of God, each and every one of us, and so therefore we have dignity and worth. You notice the equality sign, the symbol that I put in the center, it's got the different skin tones on it to show that equality and that worth. One of the cool things is that we really are interconnected to each other, even to the point of our DNA. There's a project called the Genome Project, and the purpose of it is they do genetic testing on people around the world, even in the most remote areas. And they have come to the conclusion that we all do stem from one set of parents. Whether you want to believe the Adam and Eve story or you want to believe in evolution, there shows that there was two different groups of primates. a male from one group and a female from the other group had mates, and then that created the human person as we know it, evolving to today. So they've proven that genetically we are connected, which is pretty incredible if you think about it. If we took the layer of skin off of us and we just had a musculoskeletal system on it, you wouldn't even be able to tell what cultural background you come from or anybody else, because of the fact that we're all created in the same way. And so that's the purpose of my project, is to show the dignity of the whole person. And all of those are together. So my relationship with God, taking care of my relationship with my family, and then also taking care of my students, taking care of the environment, and then looking at the dignity of each individual person shows us that we are all created in God's image and likeness and have worth and value, and together we can experience that. We can get to know that. One of the biggest issues that I think is happening today, it really has to do with ego. That sin of pride. Because if we were to sit down and talk to each other, and you listen to my sacred story, I listen to your experiences in your sacred story, we can gain a better understanding of each other and then be able to help each other out and grow together. And that's something that's really missing in the picture. Because we're too eager to let our egos take over, and anger, or frustration, or jealousy, or power, who's got the biggest ego, and not really work on what really needs to be there. And it's getting to know each other and each other's stories.